Hi everyone, it's the 7th of April. The storm is not over yet, and the overnight, basically the Asian markets, Hang Seng, Singapore markets have closed down. Some of them 13%. I think Singapore market, obviously, it means the world economy is going to shrink quite a bit. That's what the investors are calculating, reevaluating everything, and the Hong Kong index also got smashed terribly. And overnight we had a gap down. Look at this here on the S, and it reached all the way to the 48.50 level. So I had a re-look at everything. Obviously, once the 4,975, that golden and the blue, the black, they have all broken down. It even cleared the green bottom band. You can see here the green top band, one, two, three. Green bottom band, two touches on there. Actually, I can say it was three touches, one, two, three, and we didn't stop. It didn't stop right there. These are the things where, the natural market forces, these are the sort of events where the natural market forces stop functioning. Basically, everybody's extremely scared, so they basically sell everything. And we have to wait it out a little bit. Clearly, just like COVID, that was a shock, and this is another shock. And we have to watch the charts and see where we bottom out. And of course, the major signal was the backtest of this red support, the broken support. It came down, it tried to break it at the green resistance, and it came down again. So I'm going to remove the black, I'm going to remove the blue. They are gone. I'm not going to remove the green because that may get backtested, which may hold as resistance. The golden channel was broken as well, or it didn't even hold at the test, so I can remove that as well. I'm removing them for the clarity of the charts, okay? So we have this giant red uptrend probably, but that is, the current price is very far from that action. So I'm not going to talk about that. What I want to talk about is this purple. This is the low of COVID. These are the two touches there. And I can argue that we have the top band right there. You can see here the top band is somewhere there. So is that purple bottom band going to hold to start the next rally? I mean, it's not really a typical channel, but it's part of an uptrend possibly if that purple bottom band holds. We are not there yet, but if it touches the lows of today, which is at 48.25, we may get some sort of a recovery. I hear that many countries have already lined up to renegotiate the tariffs with Trump administration. So we will see. Maybe the whole thing is getting a reset, and people are, the countries are basically trying to soften the blow. And I can also argue, I just saw this one, right? This is the high of 22, and we had this one there. And then we had the break of that blue resistance, right? And we just got a back test on it. So there is that, okay? This navy blue, I'm going to put it there, okay? And we extend it to the right. This is the back test of that navy blue broken resistance. So it's a little bit like this, yeah? So that one was a breakout, remember? And we have the back test of it. So there is a support with the purple and navy. Let's put this in blue, normal blue color to make it, a bit better. So blue and purple, and it already bounced a little bit. So if we come down at 48.50, somewhere there, are we going to see a really much bigger bounce? We'll see. And on the same chart, the purple, I have removed everything as well. The green one was broken down. The red broken support was back tested. This is the thing where the green bottom band was broken. This is SPX cash, of course. The purple bottom band just got tested. Unlike the ES, This one has already been tested, first, second, and we have these touches there, and the bottom band. This is the COVID low. Is it going to bounce off it? So that is the big question. And the same blue broken resistance is a little bit further down, right? Yeah, this is a little bit further down, or maybe we got already tested something like this. So yeah, we'll see whether we bottom out today. I mean, it has been an incredible um, return back to the, well, basically this is a lost year. January highs, 2024, January lows or highs, you may call it. And we are in April. This is a lost year from 2024 April. We are back at the same levels. So the whole year's like 24, the rise of 24 has already been lost in a couple of weeks. So yeah, this is the question now, whether we bottom out or not. Dow Jones futures had broken the green bottom band, right? This is what I posted after the break of the purple support. I thought maybe the green bottom band is going to hold a little bit, maybe backtest and then come down, but it actually completely smashed through. Which one is gonna hold? If I want to put same thing with the COVID low, it would be something like this. Is it going to get there, or is it going to bounce off this golden? You can see these were the highs of 2021, 22, beginning of 22. Then we broke it out, that range, right? This resistance zone, yeah. It is now getting back tested, which is holding at the moment. But of course, it leaves a little bit more downside if it wants to test those, this entire rectangle. And then we'll see whether it touches that green bottom band and bounces. And on the same thing, Dow Jones cash had broken the green bottom band, and it is also, getting closer to that. This is the COVID crash bottom. Is it going to touch that one, or the other option is this red resistance, 1, 2, 3. This is the high of like the two highs from 21 and the beginning of 22. This is the high of 24, right? Is that yeah, we can look at it this way. Yeah, that was a really beautiful test of that resistance, right? And actually, like Dow Jones came down, touched the previous all-time highs, came down. Then the wedge, 1, 2, 3, 4, came down and broke down the wedge last Friday. And Thursday and Friday was a bloodbath, really. Then we'll see whether now, so we are coming towards that green potential support, but it's also this red internal support that is coming our way, or the red internal or the bottom band. That level is way lower than that way below the current action. Is it going to go through that red internal support, right? This one here. Yeah, that red internal support rail is holding at the moment, or is it going to test it? We haven't tested it yet, actually. So green, red, or the red internal, like by very bottom band. That will be the ultimate low, I think, if it wants to rally off that level. And I can also, did we have a resistance or broken resistance right there? Yeah, something like this. It would be nice to see the backtest of that navy blue, together with the red. That is below. Like if you see a bounce, then come down just below 35,000, will it bottom out? Yeah, that is the big question. Nasdaq futures had broken the golden uptrend. We bounced off it, came down. It tried to penetrate back into it, remember? This is where Trump started talking about tariffs. Like he announced the tariffs. Then we sold off, properly broke down that golden uptrend, right? And then it cleared the green bottom band, the blue internal support. Then we have the next blue internal support. And is it going to come down all the way to this blue? I mean, I didn't plot it yet. It's too early. I mean, it's way down. I don't think that's going to happen. And clearly, the red bottom band, the red top band, that is this red bottom band is, well, that is way down around 13,500, 14,000. We are at 17,000. So either way, the entire move, it doesn't give me any signal that we have bottomed out. So we have to wait it out and see where, is the Federal Reserve going to do something? Is like tariffs are going to be reduced? This is, many people say it's being used as a negotiation tactic or whatever. But at the moment, the markets are still very jittery and they are not really, nobody's buying it at the moment. Nasdaq continues. Sorry, this is the CFD, cash CFD. The golden channel was broken down and backtest. It tried to penetrate and then it came down. The purple support, that was red, I think, last week when I was showing it. That red support was broken. The red internal is broken. You can see the blue internal was broken. Yeah, if you look at it this way, this blue, and it's parallel to it, you can see there was some merit to it. And the next one is this one here, right? Resistance. So I'm making like parallel lines to the blue. I know there are quite a few lines, but if you watch every line on its own, they all make sense. I'm not saying we're going to bottom out. As I repeat, this is not a bottom out signal or anything because these supports have already broken. Is the purple bottom band going to get tested before it rallies? That would be a nice level to buy especially if it comes inside like a downtrend, yeah, and then bottom out where, I'm just going to put it right there. So this is very, very hard to say, but we need a downtrend first, and then we need to break out of that downtrend. There is no downtrend that has formed here just yet, nothing. So I'm going to be watching the price action. And Russell, after reversing at 24.75 at the purple top band, it came down, rallied. The green bear flag was formed, backtested, came down. Then the red resistance right there. Yeah, you can see here 1, 2, 3. The red internal support. You can see beautiful resistance, and then support, rallied, came down, and the red internal support is broken. And the red bottom band was the target. Once it started coming down, breaking this golden support zone, it touched the red bottom band and even damaged it, but now it's trying to bounce off it slightly. The obvious major support is the purple bottom band, which is at 1650 or just under 1650, maybe 1635 or so, 1640. Okay, that 1640 will have to hold if it gets there. Maybe we bounce a little bit, then sell off again, touch that red plus purple again together, then maybe the small caps are going to start to rally. FTSE, right? I actually literally missed this blue resistance right there. It doesn't matter. We had the golden channel. That was also the resistance. So that was kind of a double resistance when I marked it there, right? This was a double resistance, something like this. Yeah, that golden channel. I had removed it, but I'm just going to show you there. So this was the golden channel that was broken down last week. So I'm going to remove that. The green support rail was also completely got smashed. The red broken resistance is already gone, is also gone. But what we have here is the blue bottom band together with the green. That is holding at the moment, and that it could become a major support right here. It is holding on FTSE. So are we going to see a really big rally starting off here? And is this kind of a triple support? I can argue yes, because this one, you can see, let's put this in golden color, right? That golden resistance that was broken, back tested here. This is the second back test. So it's kind of a triple support here on FTSE. So if FTSE wants to bottom out, this is exactly where it should start. DAX also, you can see the red top band was basically has been my target since you can see that resistance broke, back tested, then came down, and we had some major resistances that was broken. We had a really big bull flag here. We broke out, back tested, then the black resistance broken. Then it went all the way to that, which has been my target at 23,500. That was my target, and it matched that target, maybe fell a few points short. And then we reversed. I thought maybe it wants to touch that red top band once again and then come down, but it didn't. Then we had the break of this kind of a top, right? Many people would call it head and shoulders. Then the blue channel was broken last week. I even left a massive gap here, came down. The red bottom band is getting tested. 1, 2, 3. At today's low, it was a little bit damaged, but you can see it's trying to bounce. It also is bouncing off the black support, just under 19,000. So DAX is giving me a little bit of hope, especially if it wants to stay inside this trend. It really has to start to rally from here. And CAC, the French index, remember the green top band, that was the fake. It came down, broke down that black bottom band. Then the green support was broken, that rail support, right? That was broken too. It left a gap there, it left a gap there, and then it came all the way to the blue support. It touched it, but then it smashed through it. We can remove that. What I thought maybe was that this green support is going to hold, right? But it didn't, but the green bottom band held. So that is quite critical, right? So are we seeing a major low here? This is a very, very, very critical one. This is the high of 22, right? We backtested, backtested. This is another backtest of that major support, right? If it wants to rally, it already is bouncing off that support. CAC has to recover, start to recover from here. Otherwise, there is much more downside all the way to this one first, and then maybe even here, which is the low of 22. I doubt it's going to get there, but yeah, you never know, really. And TLT has just broken out. I've been calling since the breakout of the red. Even the red bottom band, I told you at 85, you can start buying it. Then we broke out of the red. Then the blue bull flag, right? It was broken. It was a little bit sloppy because of that green top band, but now that green top band is breaking too. To be extremely precise, I'm going to put one more line right there. So maybe we don't have a breakout just yet, that proper breakout. Yeah, I'm going to put the green bull flag, right, is broken. The blue little bull flag is broken. I'm going to put this in golden color just to see, just to make a distinction, right? That high of 2021, this is the high of 24, and we had a test on it. It hasn't broken yet, but I think the green channel is broken. That green giant downtrend is broken. And of course, the 10-year Treasury note had already broken out of the golden bull flag after breaking out of the wedge, backtest twice. And that has also been my, buy bonds, sell rates, interest rates. So now I just had another look. So the green bull flag was broken out, right? And even backtested. We rallied towards 114.15, came down, wedge has formed. Now the golden bull flag, if you look at the black internal resistance right there, this is where it bounced. It tried to break it, but it hasn't really broken out, okay, that black internal. If it does break, maybe the backtest of the golden bull flag, that was broken, we may get to the black top band before it comes down big time. But I think ultimately that black top band is our target, especially if this black internal resistance breaks. So oil, of course, it crashed big time with Trump news, okay? And the red resistance is there, and it broke that golden support zone big time, right? One, you can see here that support zone, yeah, lows of like 21, 21, 23, 23, 24. This is 25 low, and it came down from 72 all the way to 60 or even 59. That's $13 drop. Where are we now? We are at this giant green resistance that was broken and backtested several times. This is another backtest. So this basically has to hold, and I think there is a good chance that it will hold. I mean, it's obviously very, very chaotic in terms of like price action, but you can see this golden support zone, even though it's slightly damaged, it also is trying to bounce off this blue support. 1, 2, 3, 4. That fourth touch, together with that green major support rail, is it going to bottom out here and basically at least start to recover a little bit? There is a gap here just over 71. We have a gap here overnight from last night. Brent oil, right? And the Brent oil had already broken out of this giant bull flag or the downtrend in 2021. We backtested it twice. Then this is the war in Ukraine panic. Then it came down, and it is this blue downtrend that is a bull flag. The golden support, this initial support, was holding at 69 or just over 68, and I had called for a rally, and that worked. But remember the bear flag that was worrying me, right? Just last week, I was mentioning about this red one. Actually, it was blue. So let's put this in blue color. And I kept saying that this is the one that worries me quite a bit. And it actually became a bear flag while breaking it down, and it didn't look back at all. Is it going to now test the golden bottom band right there? There is some support, so you can see here. This is support test. Is it going to bounce off that? And do we also have something like this, right? That red bottom band, 2 touches here, 1 touch. This is the second touch, and it is slightly green off that red support, right? Do you see that? The high of September 23, and you can see the previous highs and lows, right? This could become the major support right here. It is bouncing off the golden and golden and red. The purple support was, I mean, it's way down if it wants to backtest that purple support once again. We'll see. Gold, even gold couldn't hold up. Initially, it bounced off the red, right? This red channel, bounced off it. Even, like the blue broken resistance got back tested. We bounced a little bit, but then everything gave in, even gold. So the red channel is broken, right? This red uptrend is broken. It is this purple bottom band that is coming our way. 1, 2. This is the previous all-time high. This is where we bottomed out in November. Rallied, came down, rallied, rallied, rallied. Now, is it going to come down to the purple bottom band? On the spot chart, it would be 29.30. And especially if the green top band holds, gold is going to keep selling off all the way to 29.30. And then we will see if that purple bottom band holds, we rally big time. So I'm going to remove this one. This purple bottom band, purple top band. So it needs to bounce off 29.30 and rally. And gold continuous futures is the same. Initially, red plus blue, they held. But then even last week, like on Friday, it gave way by breaking that red support at the 4th touch. 1, 2, 3. That's where the spike up. and then came down, broke it down. Is this green bull flag going to form or downtrend going to form to touch the purple bottom band and then rally? That is the big question. But the fact that the blue uptrend, right, it was broken up, but then it came down, broken back into. So it was disappointing. So silver, yeah, the purple bull flag was broken and back tested, but the next back test didn't hold. So what are we looking at here? So I'm going to put this into the perspective of another bull flag, which is this one. This is amazing, isn't it? So that red bottom band hold. We can remove the purple, but this red bottom band, even though slightly damaged, it held at 28.50. So this is a very large bull flag now. This is the high of October last year, right? And yeah, we had the break of that blue wedge. So actually, right, this blue wedge was broken down. This is why I closed the long at the break of this blue support. Actually, before that, before Trump spoke, I had already closed it. So this wedge, right, it had broken down. Now the red bottom band is holding, which is the start of a recovery for silver, I believe. This is a very large, beautiful bull flag here. And silver continuous futures, right? It didn't, it is a little bit different because you can see the wedge. This high was matched by this high. At least we closed our longs somewhere around here. And I wanted to buy another long. I bought it. It rallied a little bit. Then it came down and it got me stopped with 20 ticks loss. I'm glad I closed the entire move and respected the stop because that blue support break was horrible. It came down from 34.50 all the way to 27.50 almost. So that is a scary stuff. If you get caught up in such a big move, you may get wiped out. The red bottom band is the obvious potential support together with the golden. So we may touch that red bottom band together with the golden and then rally. You can see that golden support hasn't been tested again. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. We broke that blue resistance in May of last year, right? And we rallied, came down, rallied. This golden internal resistance has to be broken. And I've been saying that it had to be broken, but it failed miserably, of course, after breaking down the blue wedge, right? That blue wedge, right? And is it now going to test the, quite honestly, that red bottom band? This is the red bottom band. The bull flag on the spot, it held, right? 1, 2, 3. But on the silver continuous futures, it didn't. It was damaged much worse than the spot chart. So is this the recovery? This is not a bull flag because the bottom band has been damaged way too much. But the spot chart is quite precise. Platinum spot chart tested 900, sub 900. It was 88.50. Since the break of that blue support, I said platinum is going to come down because it couldn't get to the red top band and break it. And the break of that blue support was obviously very bearish. And then Trump tariffs came in and it tested the golden support at 900, but it didn't stop there. It tested 8850. So the real question now is it going to rally to test the red top band and break it, or is it going to come down all the way to the red bottom band, which is just over 850? Yeah, so we'll see. Now, of course, that will be the previous lows of 23, 24, somewhere there. And that could basically prove to be a really big level to buy into. Platinum continuous futures, right? It also came down to sub 900. This is 900, came below 900. The golden bottom band didn't hold during the spike. But the break of that purple bottom band was the obvious bearish scenario. And I have mentioned it so many times, and I said, if that purple support breaks, you can see it was kind of a double-decker bear flag. This one first, backtest came down, and then we broke down this purple support last week, and it sold off from one just under 1,000, maybe 990, all the way to 880. That's $110 in a couple of days. Of course, Trump helped the cause. The blue support rail, right? Is it going to hold? Is it holding here? And it is also testing, of course, the zone, this support zone. So we'll see whether this support zone is acting as major support. It's not really acting as support, is it? So, but it is, yeah, slightly damaged, but it is, I think it's acting as support. So, and the other one, maybe I can also argue, is this one, right? Okay, so there's also that. So I can even put it right there. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. No, okay. Can't move it as much as not the way I like it, but I think we can do it like this. Where is that? Yeah, it's this one here. Yeah, this green resistance right there. Okay, that top band, and it is actually kind of a support right here. You can see, right? Do you see that? Right, two touches here and two, three, four touches there. So this could become, like a major support here for platinum. Natural gas came down and tested that blue support for the fifth time and it bounced. So is it going to break the blue support? We don't know that yet, but it bounced off it to the last tick. Amazing, right? It is truly amazing. The blue top band, blue bottom band. And on the May contract, it tried to break this blue support, of course, with news as well. If the world economy is getting smaller, there is going to be less energy necessary, like consumption. So that blue support is holding, even though like this is the spike down. Yeah, we'll see. And copper, of course, got completely smashed, especially after failing the break of that purple top band at 525. One, two, three, four touches there. The red broken resistance got back tested here, right there. Yeah, one, two, three. And the blue support got tested as well. It's kind of damaged, but it like dented. But what mattered here is this blue support, which held. One, two, three. This is the low of August last year, low of January this year. It rallied from just over 400 to 525. And of course, if that happened after the break of that red resistance, which took us there, this is the major support backtest. This is a support cluster backtest. And on the May contract, right, was obviously very bad. I mean, we had a bounce, came all the way up. We tested it, this green support, but then finally we broke it and it held as resistance again. So the real question is, on the May contract, is it testing these supports? Right, I think it is. Look at this beauty. Wow, look at that. One, two, three. This is the fourth touch. Was it 400 or 404, 403? Yeah, and that blue support is holding at the moment. So we'll see. Palladium, of course, got completely smashed, and it is now tested. It has now tested that red in major support once again. That is the third. One, two, three. This is the third touch on that red support at the low of last week. It also has back tested the blue support for the nth time. This was the fake during election. Then we broke out, back tested here. This is another back test. So it looks like that red support is holding together with the blue. And of course, the break of the green wedge or bear flag was not good. So it came down pretty hard. Now, is it going to rally off the blue plus red double support? This red uptrend is still on. It hasn't really broken. And of course, this giant green resistance right there, right? That major resistance that held as support. So we'll see. But the blue bull flag is broken and back tested. So that gives me a little bit of hope still. Euro is, you can see that golden top band. The purple channel is still on. You can see it came up and it came down again. Is this the, yeah, that I'm going to keep it as green. So I'm going to put it in green color. And we of course have this red giant downtrend which hasn't been broken just yet. But if euro breaks it out, which would be around 114, but I think first it needs to get to the golden top band, which hasn't done it, which hasn't happened yet. So this green channel is still on, so we may see some more upside again. And pound sterling has come down and it's testing the red bottom band now today. It needs to rally and get to the green top band. Of course, this red channel is spectacularly nice, but is it going to be enough to keep it in the uptrend, right? That is a big question right about here. Of course, this support zone is broken. Initially, it rallied after Trump tariffs, but then it came down. And US dollar Japanese yen had, of course, broke down the red, the blue, and everything, and then the red bear flag was broken. Is it going to get to the golden top and reverse or gain back all of it and then come down? That is quite possible. And DXY, even though the black bottom band, right, initially got dented, it bounced off it. So that black bottom band has been quite amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. So if the black top band gets tested, I think we're going to come down once again. And Aussie got completely damaged because the green resistance held and Trump tariffs came in. The green bottom band didn't really hold. We can remove that. Not only that, the black bottom band, right? This is the black bottom band, but this was the internal that I've been pointing out. And actually, I called for a long here to test the blue support or broken support. It held as resistance. It came down. Now it came down much harder. So is this black bottom band? The real question is, right? The black bottom band, the very bottom band, is it going to get tested? And if it holds, then we may see a big rally once again. So the internal is broken and we get a back test on it, probably around 61, just over 61, and then come down once again. And Kiwi is actually stronger than Aussie because this blue support, this is getting tested for the fifth time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And the purple wedge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 1, 2, 3. This is the break of the wedge. It came to the previous lows, but that blue support is still holding. So this is quite an important one. And of course, if it breaks down, that is going to be terrible. It could come down all the way to 50 cents against the US dollar. And US dollar CAD, I think ultimately it is going to get to this 139. And then we will see where it bounces and breaks out of the green giant sideways action. All right, now let's have a look at coffee, which is coming down, of course. And I had my reservations about the bullish case, and this is exactly why. It had broken the red support, the golden uptrend, and just finally this green support rail was broken. There was no action above 405, 407. That has been my signal for the bullish case, but it didn't really. And it came down now. It is coming down towards that blue bottom band. So we need to reevaluate our outlook. So I'm going to remove all the golden and the red. So that red support can stay. But I think if there is a new uptrend, it is going to look like this. So bear with me and you will understand. This here is the previous highs. This is the very high kind of all-time high, and it is now coming down to test the bottom band of that potential uptrend. So I'm going to put that there to show you where the pullback can come to so that we can buy it again. And it actually coincides with the blue bottom band. So I'm going to put this in golden color, right? That golden color together with the blue. So if it gets to this level, which is at 330, 328, 329, that would be my buying level if this golden uptrend is to cause a run. And of course, it would be back testing the breakout levels, right? These breakout, this was the kind of a really big triangle, and we broke out, and then it's going to back test that breakout level and possibly start to run again. And May contract, of course, it's coming down. The green bottom band didn't even hold. The blue bottom band is the obvious potential support, but if it wants to come down and, you know, to form a steeper one, then it's this one right there. So yeah, it's a little bit further down at 330. I'm going to put that in green color right there. So we will see. This is the May contract, and we are already in April, so we will have to reevaluate if the contract, I mean, close to the contract expiry. Okay, but either way, coffee has been bearish, and wheat, that golden bottom band, right? It has been amazing. So that rail support, I'm going to put it as a kind of rail support, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times that golden bottom band, and now it is getting closer to the blue top band. Is it going to go through the red and get to 600? This is a giant potential bull flag here. We need to break out, of course. And on the May contract, it is now testing. So the golden wedge bear flag was broken. It is now testing this green resistance, or that potential resistance rail. It hasn't really reversed there, but if it touches, maybe it will come down. And that would even break down that golden bottom band. Anything below 520 or 517 would be extremely bearish. Okay, and I'm going to now also put kind of a bear flag potential right here and see whether that becomes basically a resistance right there. Okay, this one, that resistance, I mean, if it gets to that level, it may come down pretty hard. Soybeans, of course, after the green resistance test and break off that black support, it came down, and I think it is aiming for that. Finally, it will maybe bounce a little bit, come down 955, then we buy it. Okay, that's my target. That has been my target for quite some time, and I think we're going to test it, and then we're going to see a really big rally starting for soybeans. And I can also argue that this year, that red plus blue plus golden, that kind of a double support, like if it touches, bounces, and then come down around 955, I would be a buyer. And on the May contract is the same. Maybe with like we're going to rally a little bit and then come down, touch 955, which is the lows of, right? It is slightly lower than the low of December, and then rally off that level at 955. And corn has been rejecting the break of that red bear flag, and is it doing something like this? I'm not sure, but so far at the moment it hasn't really started to come down. And on the May contract, that blue resistance may break, which could cause another big move. And would it actually, go up and then come down? That remains to be seen. And cocoa, right here, that green plus red double resistance held. That has been my target after the break of the blue downtrend, and it got there and it came down pretty hard from that level. Obviously, it tried to damage it a little bit, but it finally came down, right? So The obvious potential support is the blue or the golden, but of course on the May contract, it's that golden bottom band I think we're gonna bounce, or we're gonna visit, which is at 7,500, and then from there, I would be expecting another big rally. Sugar is coming down, and on the May contract, that was, the May contract gave us the best signals for the shorting because um, you can see here the red bull flag failed, back tested, came down, back tested, came down again, black bear flag broken, which means I think we're going to come down to this golden bottom band and then where we can buy that at around $18. Cotton is looking very, very interesting. And the reason is that long-term support um, on the blue, like 1, 2, 3, that blue support rail held. I mean, it came down with Trump tariffs, okay, massive. Even though it looked like it was breaking that purple top band, it failed. It came down, tested that blue support. You can see here, first touch in 21. This is the 22, and this here is the 25th. Now you can see here, this purple bottom band is broken, right? Sorry, the purple bottom band held together with the blue, and it needs to break it to the upside. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I missed the black resistance, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and the fourth touch couldn't break it. It came down, and instead it has broken that green support, which is obviously bearish. Okay, and the final man standing would be this blue giant support from the lows of 2015 if it gets there, right? And of course, this red major resistance that was broken and back tested, that kind of an arc, yeah, back tested, it rallied from 67,000 all the way to 100, what was that, 108,000. Then it sold off. The black bottom band, if it holds, then we rally without breaking that blue support. Ethereum, of course, is bleeding big time. There is no mercy. And the break off the blue, break off the red support, and even back tested the green downtrend, everything was bearish, and it still is extremely bearish from 4,000 all the way to 1,500. Right? Horrible. ACH is trying to bounce off this blue red support. The blue one is not really holding, so that blue bottom band is not really holding. But yeah, that red support is holding, but everything is looking horrible. Solana got completely annihilated, right? And even though it had broken that red resistance, it couldn't keep it up. And it's this red resistance. Is it forming a downtrend like this? This red one, maybe. But either way, every single time it tried to break out of a downtrend, it has failed. It has cleared this green support as well. And I don't see much of a reason anymore, like for like a signs of life or something. Is this, maybe there is some element of hope? Is it this one there, right? This could become a major support, or even, yeah, maybe, I don't know. This red one, let's put this in blue color, right? But the break of this blue one was the major, and the golden one, of course, they have been instrumental for the bearish case, and they delivered the bearish case, honestly. Especially break of that blue support was horrible for the bullish case. So it's testing the golden and blue. Maybe we'll see a bottom out. I don't know. And Zcash came down, and it's back testing the purple bull flag that has been broken out. Right? This is a big bull flag. It's back testing the blue as well. Maybe we'll see a bounce. Litecoin, terrible. The purple bull flag broken down. That is as bad as it gets. I thought the bull flag is going to hold and we rally, but no, it's that green support that needs breaking to to move it to further downside. Even Monero is gone. It failed to break that black resistance now. It's testing that purple bottom band and the blue support. Horrible, really. The green, purple, there is no hope for any of these coins anymore, in my opinion. It really is a proper capitulation of everything. And of course, many people would say, yeah, capitulation is a reason to buy, but I'm not sure about this one because most of them are turning into proper junk. So yeah, for Monero, this is the last chance. This red bottom band touch together with the purple, if it wants to rally, that would basically rally it. Polkadot got completely annihilated because that red bottom band or this red bottom band just got tested and it's not really holding, is it? And if even the blue bull flag that was broken, it's not really holding at the backtest. So everything is looking terrible. And data, you can see everything had broken down, including red and green supports. Coty is breaking down that purple support. There is no hope for Coty or anything else really. And TIA, it's that black resistance. It made new lows and this red bottom. And if it touches that red plus purple, maybe, just maybe, there is a little bit of hope. But, even like the Binance coin had already broken and backtested that red giant uptrend, which all, of course, turned things very horrible. TrueCoin is at the green support once again, but at the moment, no real hope for a rally. And SKL down, 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 and the black bottom band is also broken. Arrow is sinking to oblivion. There is nothing in its way to stop it. And AVAX, even though it looked very nice, the purple bottom band got tested. It has to rally. This is the last chance for a really large bull flag. Last chance. It's bouncing off that purple support. But of course, every single one of them had looked terrible. And including Doji, that red support is gone. Doji coin. And yeah, that red support is a major one and it's gone now. So that blue bottom band is now, sorry, the blue downtrend. Chainlink, yeah, that purple bottom band is breaking down. The red one didn't really hold. Yeah, this, it has been a horrible weekend for all the coins. Really bad weekend. And NIA, obviously, it's coming down inside the purple downtrend. Uni got completely annihilated. Golden channel, that was, the blue, golden, red, every single one of them, they have been really got smashed. And the purple bottom band, 1, 2, 3, purple top band, it needs to get through that blue plus purple, it needs to bounce here. But of course, the break of that golden support is bad, terrible. And Chili's is testing that purple support, and there is no hope, especially if it breaks down. I mean, right? That purple support is getting tested, but there is no action to start a rally. Aave has broken down everything as well. The wedge is now broken down. Yeah, there is, again, no real push for anything. And I'm going to put this one here, right there. If it gets to that red bottom band, maybe there is a little bit of chance. But there is so much more downside for all these coins. And Songbird, of course, is not immune to anything. This is Onyx. Maybe it wants to test the red broken resistance. And then if it holds, maybe we'll see a big rally. Ripple is gone. Ripple has broken down this blue giant resistance, support. This, I've been warning about it, and that's why, now we have a potential bull flag that may form, which is that black bottom band. But if it does break or gets completely ignored, then it's going to come down to sub $1. ADA, of course, break of that black support was terrible. It's this golden imperfect bull flag. okay. It's still okay, but it's not really. Cass just back tested this blue broken resistance, right? This is a round trip, right? This is November of 24 last year, massive rally. Then we back tested that one now. So is it going to rally? Um, I don't see any reason why it should. But yeah, we'll see. And Tau off the black support, no real action. Sandbox has broken that black support, and Mana red bottom band is gone. I thought the red bottom band is going to hold to start a rally, but everything is bearish, bearish, bearish. Yeah, everything is gone now. Just maybe just little hope here. This blue one, or I can call it a black one, or let's put it in green. Yeah, this green support may hold here. Shiba is, of course, getting completely smashed inside the purple downtrend. Dash had backtest. It is backtesting that red support. It's testing the blue and red double support. That is the last chance, really. Slightly bouncy. It has to break out of the black bull flag. Yeah, that red and blue, those are the ones that is. And even OM, you can see here it had broken down and it came down quite a bit. Especially OM's bearish signal was the purple resistance, which failed to be broken. One, two, three, four. This is a failure. It came down. And GRT, obviously, even though it looked very nice at the red, golden, and black supports, it has broken down as well. RSR is actually quite firm. This is interesting that the black support hasn't been challenged again. CKB horrible after this cluster of resistance. MDT final chance is the blue bottom band. And PAL, not much to say. It's this green potential bull flag. TON, again, terrible, terrible, terrible. Nothing to see here. IOTA backtested the golden broken resistance and is trying to bounce. It's trying to bounce. And audio, obviously the blue bottom band is the obvious potential support and target. And EOS, even though it looked very nice last week, it came to the blue broken resistance and backtest now. It's holding as support. FET, terrible. Yeah, terrible. That blue giant uptrend. This is the only chance for FET really. So I'm going to put this in green, right? We can remove the red. We don't have to. Just keep it there. FTM, even FTM has given way because that red support shouldn't be tested again. If it does break, then if Phantom is done for. And Hedera, broken support, back tested here, and it's coming down. That is also terrible. Sui, not good at all. And Theta, one of the best looking charts, is also gone. The red, blue, and green, we bounced, but now the red and green are the only ones. But the blue bottom band is broken, which is terrible. That was looking like a nice bull flag, but now not anymore. And Algo is trying to bounce off the golden bottom band once again. Pepe, black downtrend, right? It needs breaking. And Jasmine had back tested the red and it tested the blue support as well. So this needs to go to the blue top band and run. And finally Gala, which is of course bad because of the golden supports break. The only one that can work, that may work, is this green bottom band. It's not there yet. All right, guys, take care, keep in touch. Bye.